Yes, man, between the what's that? Yes, man, between the liners. We are here live with you here straight after the Manchester United versus Bournemouth game. An absolute thriller for the neutrals. I'm assuming 4-4 overall. Me, Adnan, I'm a United fan. I'm a London United fan. I'm a season ticket holder. As you can see, I'm joined by some absolute legends in the building. Guys, I'm going to come to you one by one. You can introduce yourselves and what team you support. First, coming straight to you live from the States for the first time ever, my guy, Henry. Henry, good to have you on the channel.
Hello, everybody. What's going on, guys? Henry, Charlotte, North Carolina. Happy to be on. Long-time patron of the fan, man. Love you guys. Discussions are fantastic. Happy to be here, man.
Thank you. Henry is obviously a United fan. As you can see, he's United top. Also, quick backstory, Henry. Do you want to tell us why they call you Coach Watson? That's what you're actually famously known as in these parts.
Yeah, absolutely. So I spent a solid, I want to say 10, 11 years coaching various levels of youth soccer across across the United States. Starting here in North Carolina, worked my way up to the Red Bulls up in New York. Got to play there for the USL team for about a season and a half. Really horrible injury to my face. Ruined that career immediately. Ended up continuing to go through the coaching badges and progress. Ended up taking me back to North Carolina. And then took me out to coach for the Houston Dynamo, their U16s in Houston, Texas.
Bro, that's a beautiful story, man. I hope it goes well for you in the future as well. It's a shame that you can't. Do you still play or?
I play pickup. That's what I do.
Yeah.
I put a lot of my focus into coaching, not coaching currently. I would love to get back into it, but you know, the state of the world and finances, man.
Of course.
It's tough out here.
Hopefully that works out well for you. So delighted for you to be joining us. Honestly, a legend, Coach Watson. All right, coming to I think on my screen is top left. I don't know about you guys at home. He's an Arsenal fan. We're going to get into it. Dom, I'm sure, obviously two own goals. But Dom, speak.
Hey, yeah, man. Thanks for letting me on. I really like this kind of layout as well. Currently, I'm abroad. I'm in Tenerife right now. I needed to catch a little bit of sun. Yeah, needed to catch a little bit of sun before coming back. Yeah, so it's been all right. It's been a beautiful week. It's been a beautiful week, but we'll talk some more about that.
Dom's making his debut on the remote sessions. Thank you for joining us, Dom. And now you already know who this guy is. You've probably seen him on the channel before. If you haven't already, my good mate Alex, remind them what team you support and what you're about, my guy.
Best claret team in the country, West Ham.
Irons.
Get in there.
Irons.
Come on.
Do you know what? I've got a funny story for you today. Today, I had to decide what I was going to call my limited company. And because I'm going to set up a lot of limited companies, I want to have a theme throughout all of them. They're all going to have a West Ham name in it. So I'm thinking about calling it something Green Street something or
Green Street would go
1893 something. You know, I'm thinking about it.
Class. I'm surprised you're not talking. I'm surprised you're not calling it West Ham Man City, mate.
There's a story there, which you know. There's a reason why.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm sure we can get into that, plenty more of that later, Al, and we'll talk about West Ham as well. But first, obviously, we've just seen the United versus Bournemouth game, so let's get through that first. Henry, I'm going to come to you first. I know we were chatting a bit about it before we came live and also on WhatsApp. I'm interested to know how you feel as a United fan. We saw some changes from Amrim, maybe for the first time ever, as in a formation change. I feel like we did go into a 4 at the back at one point, right?
We did. I feel that we did, but as soon as we got 4-3 up, we reverted right back to trying to do a 3 back, or at least a 5 at the back. And every time that we've tried to use that, we've given up goals. So for me, I don't see the logic for Ruben kind of having that kind of mentality.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's a disappointing 4-4. Electric. I mean, 3 lead changes, a tie there in the middle. I mean, a tie at the end as well. Fabulous. But for me, sitting there, I'm upset. I'm upset that it took this long and it takes all these mistakes for us to continue to be here upset.
Honestly, I would echo your thoughts as well, because I don't know what commentary you had, Henry. I had Gary Neville and his guy. Did you have Gary Neville?
No, I get John Champion and Lee Dixon. So, yeah.
John Champion is good, at least. But
yeah, I love John Champion. He's got a fantastic call to him. Yeah.
The less said on Lee Dixon, the better, I reckon. But Gary Neville, I felt like Gary Neville was actually surprisingly quite positive about United today after the performance. Dom, did you watch the game? What hour on Gary Neville's
Yeah. I watched it. I felt he was quite positive because you did. I mean, before we were talking on the live, we were talking about how you guys don't really have the concentration to really get through it. But I think he did say that, okay, fine. In the transitions, you guys are doing okay. You guys are okay for certain times. You don't have the propensity. You don't really have it to actually play Harambe. You can't play it. You can't play Harambe. It's a problem. And you know me, I'm an Arsenal fan, but Mourinho is one of my favorite managers. If you think that you would have given up that game, you're bluffing. You're bluffing.
Yeah, I would like to echo your thoughts as well, because I think what Gary Neville found positive was that we were quite intense in the beginning. Maybe the open half an hour, we were playing fast-paced football, and often when you see a United performance, we're quite laboured. When we're a goal down or we need a goal, we don't really have the intensity, and I felt like that was there for the first 30 minutes. Me and Henry were saying off camera as well that I think Mount had a big part to play in that, and I think he started off really well.
Mount was great.
Mount was great. I don't.
Yeah, Mount. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know how it wasn't in Mbeumo to come off over Mount. Honestly,
I was going to come to that. I thought Cunha or Mbeumo could have come off, to be honest.
I agree. Cunha is fortunate to hopefully have gotten the winner, but in the end didn't. But still, either one of those two would have been probably a better bet. But Mount was fantastic, I thought. He's been really good the last 3 games.
He has been, yeah. I've not really been his biggest fan, just because since he's come in, he's had so many injuries. And when he has come in, he's not really shown much. But I can't deny the last few games that he's played, he's shown a real threat. He's shown a real intensity that we've quite lacked as a United team for a couple seasons, to be honest. But yeah, we started off really well, and then Dalot put in a decent cross, actually, which I think he gets criticised a lot for, and sometimes I think it goes a bit overboard. He's got poor technique. He's a bit brain dead, but you can't fault his commitment. And I think that's something that you can't really praise him for either, but certain other players have let themselves down in the United shirt, and because of their lack of commitment, and that's one thing you can't fault him for. And in the last few games, his end product has been better, and he did put in a decent cross for the first goal.
I really like the fact that he's back on the left-hand side.
You think?
For me, I think so, just because he had one of his best seasons for us under Ten Hag whenever he was shoehorned into that left-back role. Personally, we weren't singing his praises, but we weren't constantly criticizing him at that point, right? It's relative, but still, I think he's a little bit more well-suited to that left-hand side, just because he's able to stick a little bit wider so that way he can't cut back in onto his stronger right foot.
I just think a lot of the times when he's played on the left, he's too slow to bring it onto his right foot to put the cross in, and then it's too obvious. Shout out everyone that's in the live chat, by the way. Feel free to get your chats in, and we'll get involved with you guys as well. I think we're live on Instagram and YouTube as well, and Twitch. So yeah, shout out everyone that's joining us in live chat. I think there's 5 of you at the moment, but yeah. Just back on Dalot, I think usually he's tended to be quite slow into bringing the ball back onto his right foot to put a cross in or to put a pass back into the middle. But today he did it quickly, and it created a few chances for us. Of course, he got the first assist as well. I thought Cunha might have touched it, but I guess the evidence wasn't conclusive, actually.
I don't know. It might have just brushed off the top of his head. Who cares? It went in the back of the net. They don't ask how. They ask how many.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day,
it's funny you say that. It's funny you say who cares how they go in. It's funny you say that.
I'm happy.
I won't say anything else.
I'm happy you said something. That was bait. That's all I needed. That's all I needed. That's okay. It's all right. We'll get there. For sure.
Ahmad got the goal. He headed it in. He jumped about 50 yards into the air from 1 yard away from the goal line and headed it.
It wasn't pretty. We've liked our sloppy goals recently. It's been gross.
Yeah, for real. And then Semenyo goal, they scored. Actually, I thought we played well for the first half an hour, and then the last 15 minutes of the first half, I thought Bournemouth looked like they got into it, which is like a recurring theme for United. We start off decent, then suddenly we let the other team get into it. We don't take our chances. We created a few decent chances in that first half an hour, and then Bournemouth punish us. They get a bit of confidence. They start playing a bit of decent football, and then they get the goal from it.
Areola was smart though. He off the ball, he changed them to go to a 3-back with a 3-5-2, matched us in midfield, and an overload with Adams until he came off, and then with the substitution that helped, and they were able to get back into it once they matched us up man for man. Because you could run at Casemiro all day long. He's got the legs for about 30 minutes, and you saw that after that 30 minutes was up, what started to happen? Bournemouth matched us. They started overloading our midfield, and we only had poor Casemiro back there to do nothing. Right.
Yeah.
And so that's one thing that I believe, that no matter what we want to do and how we want to play, what system, what formation, I hate that they have to be combined, but we have to get a good proper number 6 that can link everything up. We have to.
Wait, where's you got here?
It's on the bench, bro. Didn't even come on. There's no point bringing him on though. He's not good enough.
Waste of money.
Yeah.
I'm just asking, isn't it? Like, because you're talking about a 6 and.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like he might have the tenacity for a 6, but I haven't seen him really have the tackling technique to be able to win the ball and then distribute it forward. Because and at this, I mean, go if you want to be a player like that, go play for your championship side teams. Go play for some of your South American teams, right? Because they like that.
He reminds me a little bit of, I don't know if you guys remember, like Francis Coquelin that used to play for Arsenal. And also, I forget what his name is. He went to go and play Torreira. But Torreira was better, if you ask me.
Torreira, yeah. Like Lazio or somewhere, right?
Yeah. He ended up in Turkey at some point.
I think Torreira's a fair comparison, yeah. Sorry, Al, did you say something on Ugarte?
Yeah, I think I've not seen much of Ugarte, but I just know that when he came on after Dalot's goal a few weeks ago in the fixture between United and West Ham, when Ugarte come on, that was when West Ham's midfield really managed to start getting around the pitch more.
Yeah.
And it became really apparent that, why was he brought on? He's not good enough. He's not up to scratch. If he's getting mugged off by a 21-year-old Freddie Potts who's just come up from the Championship, or a Suguntu Magasa who end up scoring the winner in that game or the equaliser in that game, you've got to really ask some questions about how much money got spent on him. If he's getting mugged off by players like that,
right?
Not good enough.
100%.
Part of the exodus, I hope.
Well, I hope so. Yeah, we've kind of needed one every single year, basically. I was going to say, so the second goal, also I thought Shaw was too weak. He got out-muscled by Semenyo, which I guess can happen to most players in the Premier League, to be honest. Semenyo was pretty strong. And then they got the ball in behind. And it's a great finish from Semenyo, to be fair to him. What a player.
Yeah, great finish. Yeah,
great finish. Yeah, you can't really, there's nothing you can say about it.
Semenyo reminds me of an old school Barclays striker in many ways.
Yes,
he would definitely. Yeah.
Regard. Yes.
We've got a live chat from my brother-in-law, actually, my future brother-in-law, soon-to-be brother-in-law, and Buemo had one eye on AFCON.
I think so too.
Is it getting to that part of the season?
Bro, quit your family now. I'm not going to say nothing, man. I'm not going to say nothing. But honestly, and Buemo's looked pretty poor in the last few games. I don't know if you agree, Henry. Right?
I agree. Yeah. Absolutely. I think that there's been something, I don't know what could cause a shift in confidence. I haven't really seen anything as far as kind of our results whenever he wasn't in good form. So it's confusing to me how he can kind of just have that light switch where he's just not making good contact, no clean technique. It just seems a little too labored. It's odd.
I'm glad you mentioned that because out of nowhere, his confidence seems to have dropped. I don't really get it.
Yeah, it seems like Cunha's taken it. And it's just, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'd like to see
weird.
them both be able to rip and roar at the same time, but at the end of the day, that's not always going to be the case.
I think he had a chance. He had a chance at the end. I think it might have been 4-3 to you or 4-4. But when it fell to him, I was sure he was going to bang it. I was sure it was a goal, and he just blasted it.
He slammed it over, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that's a bit weird. That's not what I've been seeing. But
yeah, he had a wonderful fucking scissor volley attempt as well.
Oh,
I mean, the technique is incredibly difficult.
I said to my old man when he went for that one, because the ball across was delicious.
Oh, yes.
And I turned to my dad and I said, he's okay, but he's no Paolo Di Canio, because that was very close.
Thanks.
I thought he was
going to say, Adnan, you got to confess.
I thought he was going to say your dad said he's no Adnan Mir, is he? Shout out Tunjay in the live chat. He said Amrim should get more time to implement his ideas. Henry, if you didn't know, Tunji is a season ticket holder of Arsenal, so I can't tell if he's taking the piss or not.
He is.
I suspect it is.
Yeah.
Tunji, thanks for joining us, but you're killing me, bro. Just quickly, and then me and Henry were saying that scoring before halftime was the worst possible thing we could have done. We were so nervous of losing the halftime record. I don't know if Al and Dom, United's halftime record. Well, I think it's like 390 games
since '85. I think it was.
I think it's 50, was it 79 or something like that? Yeah, it's 50, 60 odd years, and then obviously we almost
when they made it 3-2. When they made it 3-2, I was very fearful.
Yeah, I thought it was done. Honestly.
Yep, absolutely.
Casemiro header. Obviously, the keeper should have saved that, right?
Oh, 100%. Absolutely. Yeah. Horrible.
What I loved about that was just such quality. What's the word? Like manipulation of the marker. And he managed to run in such a way, and he faked one way, got the marker to run the other way, and managed to get a Bournemouth player to block him, which is obviously the best. Free header, and the keeper's an absolute stinker.
A nightmare. Nightmare. I mean, yeah, sure, it bounces in front of you, but you got your entire body behind it.
Yeah. Casemiro is not the tallest, but he does win quite a few set pieces in the air. Actually,
he's chunky.
As Alex was saying, it's his maneuverability in the box. He's smart in there on the set pieces. Good run.
And then we're dreading the halftime record. We're 2-1 up, by the way, and we're dreading the halftime record at this point. So
he's broken so many bad records.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
It's bad. And then we come out of the second half, and then immediately, I think it was within 45 seconds, Evan Nilsson scores. It's a great finish. If I'm not mistaken, I think we lost out on the first duel. Then maybe the ball falls to Tavernier. I think he runs.
He runs.
It's a great pass through.
It was a serious pass.
Great.
But Heaven's timing. Unfortunately out of position. He's the only one that's high, and the other two centre backs are behind him. So I'm not going to, like me and Henry were saying off camera, I'm not going to be too harsh on him. He's still a young kid. He's still learning his trade. Hopefully he learns from this mistake. And it was a great finish from Evan Nilsson.
Yeah, agreed. But my thinking is, for me, in regards to this formation that we're kind of running, whenever Dalot is forced to punt that ball up to prevent a throw-in, right, and he pumps it into midfield, our back three are so far back, no one can step up into that midfield to win that first or second ball, no matter where it falls. And so we're just immediately having to turn around and defend facing our own goal. Whether Aiden is 19 or 29, it's going to be really tough, really difficult, right? And so that's the kind of hard thing for me, which I think we were able to solve with Kobe Mainu coming onto the fucking field finally, that we were able to have that ability to play it into somebody who can get it out the other side and relieve that pressure instead of just having to hack it forward.
Yeah.
What does Amarin have against Mainu, really? Because
I don't know, man. I don't know.
When he came on, you guys did look a little bit more, but it was once again too little, too late.
Always.
Yeah, he actually came on the 60th minute, which is surprisingly early
minutes.
for Amarin.
He got 30 minutes. He got 38 minutes at the end of the game. So I mean, that's awesome.
I don't think he necessarily did enough to stake a claim in the starting lineup for the next game.
No.
What do you think?
No. I don't think so ever.
I would say it might force Amarin's hand losing his AFCON players.
Hopefully. I hope so, to get many moments. And also, I don't blame him necessarily for not being able to put enough to stake a claim, because he doesn't have the legs in him right now because he hasn't been given the minutes. He doesn't have that much sharpness to be able to prove and show what he can do.
Correct.
Which is a shame. But
would you guys let him go Napoli or not in January?
I would say, Henry, go on. Henry?
If we let him go, that's... I don't think that we should let a player that has that kind of potential to go whenever the solution seems from the outside looking in fairly simple.
I think while Amarim is at the club, get Mainu out of here, please. Just on loan until Amarim's gone, get Mainu out of here, please. That's what I think.
But I think I've got to challenge you there. I think that's the mentality problem with United at the moment. It just seems like you guys as a club are very fortunate that you have this very storied history, and United's obviously a very big club and deserves the respect it gets. But the problem is with that, I think you guys, and this is probably the management, just realise that there's the insurance policy of, we can just go get another referee, or we can go get another manager, go get another set of players, whatever. When actually, what you need is you just need to stick to it and stick with a plan. It's like Amorim is either good enough or he's not. But like, who have you had? So Mourinho got booted out. Then it was Ten Hag straight away.
2 years.
Okay, yeah, but 2 years isn't really enough time. Like,
that's not. It's not. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
And then after that, was it Ten Hag? No, it was
Van
Gaal.
Van Gaal, yeah.
We had Oli after Mourinho.
Oli
yep.
after Mourinho.
Yep.
Then
Oli
you had
after
Ten
Mourinho.
Hag, and now you got Amorim, and like all these guys independently have like won titles and stuff, and they obviously know football, but it's just not enough time. And I wonder if it's like when you're in a relationship or you're in a hard period at work, and it's like if you got bad times, but you know you've got to get through it no matter what, you find a way. But it's like you got to burn the boats.
But Al, if the manager isn't showing you enough, sometimes you just have to cut your losses and say, look, we made a mistake. Can we find the next best thing? Because at this point, has Amorim showed enough to suggest that he's the man to take us forward?
Nah, I have to say, when it come out that he, this is my view as a West Ham fan who I only watch Man United games on the telly, but it seems to me like when it come out that he was being spoken to by Fernandes, and United had a shock against like a newly promoted team, and Amorim said to Fernandes after, he was like, "Oh, wow, I didn't expect them to be that good." And it's like, yeah, mate, this ain't the fucking Portuguese league.
Right.
Like, there's a reason that like 15th
I saw that.
15th place teams like come up and do loads and loads of upsets there's an upset every week in the Premier League for a reason.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So I don't know. I think it's just maybe there's something to maybe the next one has to be the final one in a way.
Yeah, we've said that a couple times actually, but yeah, just quickly going through the live chat. Shout out Lorenz in the live chat. Recently, actually, I'm not going to say too much. Legends League award show coming out soon. Lorenz is unbelievable centre back. United look good going forward today. Mainly likely to play more with and Mbeumo and Ahmad going to AFCON. I think is echoing Henry's thoughts, right?
Yep.
And we also have Haroon in the live chat. Shout out Haroon, a regular on the btlpods channel. Mainu doesn't kick shin, so he doesn't suit Amorim. Mainu got out of how many situations with player pressing. Anyone else passes backwards, he always finds a way to move the ball forward.
Yeah, that's what I like about
it.
This
is true.
Yeah.
He's always trying to go forward. Yeah.
I remember there was one moment where he was kind of able to slalom through two after receiving from Cunha, and he saw Šeško making a beautiful diagonal. But if he had played it when he saw it, it would have been taken away by the Bournemouth leg. But he just had that moment's hesitation to allow that leg to get extended and just played it right through it. Beautiful. And that's exactly what he brings. And I can't see what Ruben sees in regards to not trying to find a way to utilize that more often. To be able to
help. Who he kind of reminds me of? Ramsey. I see glimpses of Ramsey in him. If you put him further up as well, I feel like, because especially Ramsey at that age as well, like Ramsey never had legs like that. Mainu has legs a little bit. He's a little bit pacier, but he does have that little bit of magic. He's always trying to push the ball forward. He's relatively composed on the ball. He's probably not as techy as Ramsey is, but that's who he reminds me of.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying a bit. Sorry, we've got a couple more chats. Tunde said it's sad what's happened to Mainu. Confidence completely gone. Unsure if he can get back to his best. I think he's still early, Tunde. I think he's still young. If he gets a regular run of games, I think he can get back up to speed. Let's not forget he got into the Euros final at the age of 18 in his first breakout season, and then the next season he won the FA Cup final? Or it was the next season, or was it that season? Sorry. Was it the same season?
Was it the same season?
I think it was the same season. He scored the winner in the FA Cup final with Manchester
United. Yeah, and then went to the Euro. Yeah.
And then went to the Euros. So I think to rule him out completely right now, I think is a bit harsh. I think he can get back.
He's only 20, man.
He's only 20.
Right.
And I say he go link up with McTominay and not Napoli, and we'll do bits, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't be so selfish as fans to not want people that we love to go and be fruitful. I mean, look at Scott, right? Look at it, just get Kobe to an environment where he can flourish and become the player that we know he can be. Awesome. Let him go do it.
I love when United Academy players make it somewhere else. Hopefully, ideally, it'd be at our club, but if it's not, I'm happy for wherever they go and succeed anyway. So we've got a chat from RSV7. I don't know who this is. If you're new, thank you for joining the channel. Good to have you here. He made an interesting comment, actually. Today looked like Liverpool under Klopp from 2015 to 2018 when they were quite inconsistent, but you can see patterns in the style of play.
Ooh.
Henry, I'm not sure I completely agree with that as a United fan, you know.
One thing that made me immediately think of, that comment made me think of, was Norwich City, Liverpool 5-4. Scenes were incredible. Adam Lallana breaking Klopp's glasses, right? That kind of instability, but excitement for us neutrals and us hate watching, right?
Yeah.
Granted, if it was 4-4, 5-5, it's a different story. Granted, but I can see where the connection can be made there. I can see it, just as far as starting to get the links going forward and still ironing out the kind of holes in the back as you kind of progress through with the match weeks and the seasons, as Klopp did. I can see it.
I think I see his point, especially the last 2-3 games with Mount in there. I see the patterns a bit more. So I think that's definitely something to mention. He's got.
I don't know. It feels like Liverpool was still a little bit more controlled chaos. Your one just feels a little bit more chaosy than, you know, as in the rock and roll football.
They did win.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, fair.
You know, Klopp's always about rock and roll football. I will outscore you, kind of like Emery. Okay, fine, we're gonna win 5-4. It was okay, but realistically, when we go back and look at that game, Bournemouth could have won that game twice.
Oh, definitely late on.
Yeah, so you have to remember
Lamin's made 2 big saves actually.
And
that header save, big save, big save,
huge. Yep,
big save.
1 point saved. Which,
if that was an honor, we'd be having a completely different story right now, man.
This is also an interesting point from RSV7. During that period, Liverpool had many high-scoring games when they dropped points as well, which we are starting to score quite a few amount of goals, right? Like we are starting to score a lot more goals, especially compared to last season. I'm sure we scored at least 8 or 9 more goals already.
If you think about it systematically, right? It's like, having been a West Ham fan, I've seen what it's like when a team is scoring loads of goals because they have a system that works and they have tactics that they try and implement and set plays and set pieces and passing patterns. And it seemed to me like that's what happened tonight. It wasn't just like fluky long balls that ended up the wrong place. It was like concerted areas of pressing, concerted crosses in the box. Like it looked actually, that was why that comment about the Klopp 2013-17 or whenever it was so interesting, because that's actually, I hadn't thought that at all, but it looks like there's something that's happening. The players have obviously worked on stuff like that on the training pitches.
Yeah, that's a good point to mention from RSVC and Alex echoing his thoughts. Today was mostly on the centre-backs' lack of experience for the goals we conceded, and I'm not going to lose my head over the result, but today kind of proved under this manager we do have hope. Henry, what do you think?
I'm not going to throw any players under the bus, especially some of the younger ones. Euro and Heaven do have inexperience. Granted, fantastically technical players. But again, as we reviewed the game, we kind of commented how a lot of the technique from the Bournemouth players for their goals were fantastic.
Great.
Our
goals, some of them.
mispositioning with the formation itself upon the giveaways in midfield isn't always going to come down to the technical ability of the player. Right. Yeah. So, I mean, yes, sure, we did have an experienced center backs, but I wouldn't pin it completely down to those 2 guys.
Yeah, although he was fair, he said that it was because of the lack of experience, which I think is a fair comment and something that we agree with. Cher is in the comments for the first time ever as a Spurs fan. Thank you for joining us, Cher. I know how difficult it was for you to make this stream. And Buemo not good enough. Henry, we're not having that, surely.
No. I didn't do anything. I sneezed. Excuse me.
But yeah, Cher, thanks for joining us. I know you're just trolling, but we've said, I don't know if you just joined the stream, Cher. Me and Henry have said Mbeumo has been off it for the last 4 or 5 games, maybe, and quite surprisingly so. He's got a lack of confidence. The comments are flying in. I can't actually follow the route I wanted to, but we'll keep going. We'll flow with it. These last few weeks, we dropped 7 points at home in games we should win, and I think we're going to rue these drop points whilst Ahmad and Mbeumo are at AFCON. Ahmad is consistently our bright spark. Yeah, can't disagree with that. Our home form has been pretty abysmal, and I think it's a bit of an indictment on the players and the manager not being able to live to the Old Trafford pressure. which is strange because we did start to pick it up a bit earlier in the season, but seems to have dropped off a bit.
Just
Adnan,
unlucky.
can I ask you, what do you think about the free kick that was given and the subsequent goal that came from it?
So Tavernier, yeah? Or are you talking about Bruno?
No,
Bruno.
Fernandes.
Bruno, yeah.
I think Bruno's goal was unbelievable. It's an absolutely sensational goal. I absolutely love watching that. I thought it was almost unsavable. I don't really see many.
It was right in
keepers.
the. It was right in the corner. You can't do that, man.
It
It's
hit
not
the
possible
bar
to
and then
reach.
into the corner. I thought it was actually sensational.
It was nuts, man.
Yeah, the foul given in terms of the handball, I think you're talking about.
Yeah.
I thought it was a bit harsh, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's what I thought. I thought it hit his shoulder.
Mhm.
It seems
Yeah.
inconsistent because it's like sometimes if it's on the sleeve, if it's the sponsor sleeve,
Yeah.
then it's like, oh, it's not handball. But it seemed like today it was given. But it's
That's the gray area with VAR though, because it's outside the box.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
they don't get the ability to go and check this referee. The referee made a mistake. And so, like, do we give that power to them? Absolutely not. That's how I feel about it. But still,
no, I hear you don't want to be.
You're still so at that point, that's the gray area we're gonna come into, and Fernandes made it a sensational moment for the night. So
Absolutely beautiful free kick. And just quickly going back a step, we went from the Evan Nilsson goal. Casemiro was also not closing down Tavernier's pass. Then obviously we lost 3 duels. I think it started from a throw-in from Luke Shaw. The ball got hoofed up. Did Sesko, I think, touched... Oh, no, sorry. Someone didn't win a header. I think it was Cunha. Then we lost a duel with... I think not Mainu. Someone lost a duel, or someone couldn't win the duel. Then Mainu couldn't win the duel. The ball falls to Tavernier. No, sorry. This one is Bruno had the ball in the middle. Tavernier takes it off him, runs through Casemiro and Bruno, who can't stop him. He's ended up running 40 yards through. Casemiro ends up taking him out right on the edge of the box.
Right. It's the square ball from Dallo into Bruno's feet. Gets it ripped off of him. A hospital pass. And there's the Dallo that we all love to watch.
But also, after that, Henry, someone should be taking out Tavernier before that or stopping him without giving a foul.
This is what I'm saying. This is what we said. What I said before we went on live. You guys don't know how to play Harambe. And even now, again, this is something that I've said many times. Like, it's that winning DNA. Like, City are the worst at it. I don't know if you guys remember Fernandinho with all of these little niggling fouls. Just to stop the play, stop the transition.
And he'd never get a second yellow.
Some people... Yeah, he never get the second yellow.
Never.
Like, ever.
Whatever.
Obviously, that's a little bit of the City 115 charges, but we won't go into that. But I think you guys have the players.
We can go into that.
You guys have the players. You guys have the players to be able to do that, you know? So I don't know why nobody... Yeah. No. The point is, if Casemiro does it, he's getting a red. Simple as that.
Yeah, true. And also, I think another way to put your haram ball more eloquently, Dom, more articulately, is probably game management.
No, man, because game management. I think game management can go wrong.
Clearly,
when I mean haram, when I mean complete. When I mean keepers slowing down the game, fouls, I mean haram ball. I don't even mean game management anymore. This is what I love Arteta for. What he's finally brought us in. We're nasty to play against. It's not even game management anymore. You have to be dark arts.
Yeah.
You really need them.
I get you. So Tavernier's free kick went in. I think Lamin should probably save that, if I'm being honest.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, I say that sitting here in my bedroom in North Carolina. I understand that, but man, I feel that even though the Bournemouth walled parts at the last second and stuff like that, I feel there's enough time for him to be able to see that and then see where that's going. But
I agree. Cher said Mbeumo's hold up play is poor, bad in front of goal. Drop Mbeumo, put Kobe in the 10. Can I just also, this is my best mate's little brother. This is like my little brother, yeah. Can I just say he only watches Spurs games and he's very much controlled. Just to put that out there. So I think he's trying to trigger us, but yeah, thanks for joining us here, my guy. Haroon, a bit more substantial comment. Those two in midfield will always be an issue defensively. There's always space to play through the middle against us, and Bournemouth exploited that in the second half. I think everyone can agree with that, to be honest. Bruno,
Yeah, absolutely.
midfield.
It comes back to them changing their formation and matching us off the ball, and then overloading the midfield. Bang! It just that ruins us every time. Every time.
We got ripped apart. Oh, shout out! We got another viewer from the States actually.
Hey, beauty.
RSV7, big up from Detroit, Michigan, though.
Nice. Let's go.
That's class. And he's also left another comment. It's not about
every time I hear Detroit, that's the first thing I think of as well, man.
8 Mile, baby.
Yeah.
Love that, man. Wicked movie as well, by the way. It's not about lowering standards, but accepting reality of the situation, knowing where the club is. This time last season, we're 13th in the league. If we do get top 6, it will be a massive achievement. Henry?
You're not getting top 6, man. Be serious,
I think we
man.
very much can. I think we very much can, though. The consistency of the teams around us as well suggests that we definitely can. We've been as inconsistent, but so is everyone else.
Yeah, it's one of those things where we have to be thankful that it's been so tight around us right now. But if
you're only 2 points behind Chelsea, like
exactly.
That's nuts, actually. It's nuts.
And to be fair, a lot of, at least the media here in the States, have been very kind to Maresca. Very kind, at least here. So I don't know how it is over there, but we're only 2 points off of Maresca, who's supposedly doing a fantastic job with this $1.2 billion squad, right? And Ruben Amorim is over here struggling, which clearly he does struggle with the weight and having to really have to manage everything on top of the cesspool that he's inherited.
But what's mental though is Bournemouth, after tonight's result, are 13th in 21.
Is that crazy?
United in 6th. Palace are also on 26 points. They're in 5th. Yep. So basically, what 9 teams in a 5-point split between 4th and 13th.
This is what we love, right?
It's going to be about
momentum.
No,
it's good.
AFCON's going to be a huge decider. It's like any club that can keep the momentum up over the next couple of months is going to be in and around it.
Yes.
So yeah, when RSV7 says that we can, top 6 is a massive achievement. I'm not necessarily going to say massive because I think it's a good achievement. I would expect a lot more to be stated as massive, but it's possible. It's very much possible.
Yeah. But I agree with his kind of sentimentality and thinking about it. We have to, in order to get back to where we would like to be as a fan base and as a club, there are different and smaller goals we have to achieve first. And being able to get top 6 and continue to climb up year after year, that's gonna be the true test and the true result to that. So I see where it's coming from.
I get where it's come from as well. To be 13th last season and 6th this season, only 2 points behind top 4.
God, we were bad.
Yeah, we were dreadful. Yeah, it's progress. It's not the biggest progress, but it's progress, which is a start, I guess.
It's very much 1 step forward, 2 steps back, I feel.
Yes, I would agree. Tunjay said Manchester United are Zinchenko and Jesus signing away from finishing top 4. Listen, mate.
He's not lying, you know.
If we wanted to go 6 years without signing a trophy, I'm sure we'd sign Man City's reject as well, yeah?
Yes.
Nah, it's calm, man. It's all right. It's all right, man. Don't worry. Sergio Ramos soon come. Sergio Ramos soon come. It's all right, man. It's all good.
Just to end off on the United game, the Cunha scored actually. I thought Sesko's intensity was the crucial point to that. He ran forward with a lot of drive, got the ball into the middle, was a bit scrappy, but Cunha, great finish. Anything
quite
to add to that, Henry?
Interesting running style from Sesko, but man, he pumps down that field. And Buemo with decent hold up there to be able to receive the ball back from Cunha. And I like the idea for Šeško to try to go for that back post for Ahmad, because that just took the Bournemouth defender off guard and made his touch poor, and thankfully Cunha was there. So, I mean, hopefully, I wish it was the winner, but not today.
Yeah. And then obviously Creepy Jr. scored. And this is where I was actually trying to talk about the duels earlier. Sesko tried to chest it off to Cunha. Cunha doesn't win his duel. Mainu comes across, and I think Scott gets away with it, doesn't win his duel. Then the balls fell kindly to someone in the middle. Ahmad's actually done well to track back, but unfortunately deflected off the Bournemouth player's foot. It's too late, and then it's fell to Creepy Jr. And what a finish, by the way. I've said before, I was watching the game with Cher, I was saying Creepy Jr. is an absolute baller. I feel like he's going to score. He came on, and it was a brilliant finish. And I think he's
what, 19?
Yeah, 19 years old, yeah. 5 Premier League goals this season, doesn't start every game. Quality finish.
Fantastic.
We've got another comment from, before I move on to the Chelsea talk, let me just read this one out. Just joined, so missed most of the conversation. I didn't watch the game, but would always be tough against Bournemouth, who have been off form. So yeah, they're competitive, right? The Iraola's got them working hard. They always put in a shift. Yeah, they play with their heads as well. So
they're smart. They're a smart
very
team.
smart. Yeah. And honestly,
Point
sorry,
is-
I know we're
Mhm.
criticizing United on dropping the performance, but we have to give credit to Bournemouth as well because they didn't give up and they play some decent football as well.
I think they recruit. They recruit a lot better than you guys do.
Yeah, that's
For what money
something.
they have, they
Yeah.
really, really recruit. Them and Brighton do very, very well in recruiting. I don't. So
Yeah, I don't think that's an unfair statement. Just
Mm.
before we end off on United, Maresca inherited a far better squad than Amorim, and he had 2 full pre-seasons as well.
yeah,
Can't-
for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure,
100%.
yeah. I think that I wouldn't disagree with that statement. Like he's had so much more time. The media, even in the UK, probably has been a little bit more favorable towards him compared to.
Okay.
I would
Yeah,
agree.
for sure, for sure.
Interesting. Okay.
Al, we're gonna come to West Ham now. Henry, sorry, did you have anything left on United?
Disappointed, but always forward, never back.
Just one thing, actually, before we move on. I was really disappointed with Amarin's comments about the academy players yesterday. I thought it was really
Ooh,
unnecessary.
yeah.
I just don't see the need in dragging, especially naming them individually. That really didn't make sense to me.
There's, I just think he has to get a better PR team person in regards to helping him and with being a little bit more PC, being in front of the camera.
Mhm.
And
The point is, he's not Mourinho. You can't get away with that.
You
man.
can't get away with that these days. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
cannot.
You
It's
can't.
a different era of football now.
Precisely.
Different era.
And even though it's a different era, if it was someone like Ancelotti, although he would never say that, or Mourinho, or Ten Hag, or someone else with a little bit more, they've won more things or whatever, then you might be like, okay, fine. Oh, he's a tough manager, blah 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 blah.
That's
If Sean
his
Dyche said
reputation.
that, you would be like, okay,
Right.
fine, because he's a tough as hard, tough-nosed guy. But yeah, no, didn't come off too well.
I thought it was
No,
really
no.
disrespectful, especially when we already have issues with him and Mainu. It's kind of like he's poking the bear a bit, and the bear is his own fans at this point, which is weird.
Yeah, and that's my thing. You can't be with everything in regards to what's been kind of coming out with a lot of our ex-pros commenting that he doesn't really understand the club.
Yeah.
This is only a little example of that bigger problem that we're starting to kind of unveil.
Yeah, so Henry, I'm not going to ask you Amarin in or out. It's just a tired conversation at this point, but we'll move it on if that's all right. Alex, I know you've probably got to go. You got an early shift in the morning, so we're going to come to West Ham first if that's all right, Dom. Let's give Alex his time because obviously it's been a frustrating season. Alex, you're in the relegation zone as I look at it right now, 3 points away from safety. You just lost to Villa on the weekend. You were leading actually.
After we scored, I think we scored in 29 seconds.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've ever seen West Ham do an intense press from kickoff. I've been watching West Ham for 25 years now. When I first went to the Bow League, and I don't remember a game when we've gone and hard pressed and scored after 30 seconds.
Right.
So that was cool. And how naive I was to think that it was going to be a simple afternoon. It ended up being the complete opposite. But Villa are a really good team. You can see that Unai Emery's got his team set up very well. When plan A doesn't work, they've got confidence in their fallback plans. And I think Tielemans is a great player. John McGinn, I hate him. I think he's an absolute whiny little bastard. And being a jock as well doesn't help. But good player. Konza, I thought, was their weak spot, which is slightly worrying given that I think Tuchel is a big fan of him. So I wonder what that's going to be like. But I will say this, Morgan Rogers, what a player.
What a play. Absolutely.
What a player.
He's put himself on the plane already with the performances he's having. Yeah.
And he just runs, like he just drives up the pitch. He takes
90 minutes
with talent, and he's just he's aggressive. It was a good game. I think I don't know if you guys watched it, but I really enjoyed it for the football that was on display. I thought West Ham played quite well.
Exciting.
Bowen is just the type of player whereby he can score a goal from anywhere, from anything. The ball just seems to stick to him. He has that quality. It's like a Hazard-esque quality. Not as good as Hazard, obviously, but you know what I mean. It's like Hazard seems to lose control, but somehow the ball still ends up in front of him.
He's got a magnets in his feet, man.
Yeah.
Magnets in his feet for sure.
And then so West Ham now have had a very interesting thing, which is again I haven't seen, I don't think at all in the 25 years that I've been watching West Ham, and that's a midfield three with an average age of 21. So we've got Dan Potts, who is an academy prospect. His old man Steve Potts is actually on the management staff and has been at West Ham for years. He's like I think he played like 500 games for West Ham, maybe not that much, a couple hundred games for West Ham. Then you've got Mateus Fernandes, who we signed from Southampton for 40 million quid in the summer. Potter didn't play him that much, and he's now started to look really good. He reminds me a little bit of Lanzini. He's like a little bit more of an aggressive Lanzini in that he does transitions very, very well, and he would take a touch, make someone dribble around them, and then hit a pass. So he's looked fantastic, and yesterday he was brilliant. And then we've also got Magassa, who has only really played 2 or 3 games. He scored his first goal for the club the last game, but I can't actually remember. Oh, that was against United. But he's looking a bit more like a destroyer. But what's great is that they're young players and they're up for it. And I think that stems particularly from Potts. Potts did a great interview, which I know you guys would appreciate. He's done loan stints in League One. I think it was at Wickham, and then he went, I think he was at West Brom or something like that. And he did an interview with West Ham media, and he was saying, "Yeah, I love playing in the Championship because it told you how to boil piss." Wasn't exactly his word choice, but that's what he meant by it.
Yeah,
and you could really see that yesterday. Like who was it? He was like Luca Digne. He was like giving a little nibble to Luca Digne, who's like a proper Premier League professional by this point, who also played at Barcelona beforehand, by the way. And you've got Dan Potts there, like trying to boil his piss and doing a pretty good job with it. So
I love it.
These dark arts, man. They add up, man. They add them up.
I mean, when you think about like high performance in sports or any endeavor for that matter, you look at the most important thing is your mental. That's what Ronaldo's done so well. That's what like Djokovic in tennis does so well. That's what Tiger Woods does so well. It's all about how you keep your mental. But if you've got opposition that are just trying to boil piss the whole game, it throws you off. I think it's brilliant. I think it's brilliant. I think it's a really important thing. And I think that's actually probably what Unai Emery does so well is that he keeps his team on an even keel because he gives them that confidence in an ability to change tactics on the fly, which was then ultimately what happened. And then Morgan Rogers scored a brace, and he was very, very close to getting a hat trick.
Second goal was really good as well, right?
Yeah, really
beautiful.
Well taken, man. It was well taken.
And what's so amazing about it is that Areola has had an unbelievable run of form. I mean, in the United game, he was a wall. Do you remember the old FIFA Ultimate Team like style Transformers, and you could be like a cat keeper? It was like that. It was like watching a cat in goal just jumping around. But the way Rogers hit the ball, you could see that he had spotted that Areola was a little bit far off to try and intercept any through balls.
Yeah.
And he was like, right, well, I've actually got enough distance on the shot to get it to dip over. And that was what was so amazing about it. I recommend you go watch it again because you can see that's what he's just clocked in an instant.
I saw the analysis. The ball was technically over the bar at the You don't have time to react to that type of stuff.
That's crazy.
You see, it's already in the net before you blink, really.
So
crazy technique.
Al, what's your thoughts on what's gone wrong this season?
Well, we had Potter, didn't we? And I hope that Potter will be good. I even hope Potter will be good for Chelsea because I do want there to be good English managers coming through. I have a sympathy for Potter because he actually trained in Sweden and he took Östersund to European football, right? And Östersund. Potter was the manager that beat Arsenal or drew with Arsenal? At the end?
They drew with us.
Oh, he drew. Yeah.
They drew.
But even that team is from a town with like 10,000 people. That was an absolutely massive achievement. And so I was hoping Potter would do well. It just wasn't right. And I think what's come out since is that Potter didn't really gel with the players. And the squad at the moment, we lack a very, very clear leader. Since Declan Rice left, we've kind of not had that, somebody that's willing to step up. And you can definitely see that in Rice's progression that he's done at Arsenal. He's stepping up more and more. Sometimes I think he errs upon being a bit too much of a whiny bastard, but he does care clearly, and we don't really have that. Like Jared Bowen, you know, like when Paqueta got the red card and he managed to talk himself into 2 bookings in the space of 30 seconds, or whatever it was, Bowen was just stood there looking at him like a gormless bastard. And it's like we need
someone to step in,
Step in,
like,
stop him.
It's not good enough to be like arguably one of West Ham's best ever players in Jared Bowen, because like let's face it, he is. You've got to be a personality, and I think that's kind of what we're missing. But then on the flip side of that, that's why it's so good that Potsy's come in and is 19-year-old lad who is taking the game to the opposition. So long may that continue. And I think once you get more senior players that are seeing that, and they're saying, look, if this young 20-year-old gets the club and is getting stuck in, then it's almost a point of professional pride to continue doing the same thing. So really, it's just a case of, no pre-season. I back Nuno. He was able to do a really good job with Forest, and dare I say it, Forest are probably the only team in the Prem who've got worse owners than West Ham. David Sullivan might be a nightmare, but he's never like gone onto the pitch and started berating players in front of.
I would have disagreed with you,
funny.
but Tottenham, Levy's left, so we can agree with that.
I think we've all got bad owners, mate.
What's your guys' view on West Ham this season? Have you seen any games?
I've seen a couple actually, but mostly I would say that you look quite lethargic in most games, lack of intensity, and maybe the lack of quality on the pitch. I know you've got a few young guys in the middle, they've got the energy, but have they got the talent yet? Not necessarily. I'm sure they will get there, and they've shown signs, but it's quite difficult in such a more physically demanding league than it has been in the last few seasons. It's going to be tough on them. And defensively, I think you've leaked quite a few goals more than you usually do. And I think also when you start off with Graham Potter, who's already had a bad end to the season last season, and then you come into this season with low on confidence already, looks like no one's really supporting him, then you've really shot yourself in the foot for the rest of the season, to be honest.
Yeah.
No, exactly. The one bright spark has been El Hadji Malik Diouf on the left back.
Dude,
he's a
beast.
He's a beast. Absolutely.
Beast, man.
He has got Bayern Munich for 50 million in a year's time written all over.
Honestly, I see it.
Yes.
I see it.
I actually thought it was really interesting. Ahmad really ripped him apart, which I was quite surprised. I've never seen anyone else do that.
That's the worst Diouf has played for West Ham this season by a mile.
Yeah.
But look, it was actually quite interesting to see that he's gone up against really direct wingers. He's gone up against really strong dribblers. But I think Ahmad's quite an interesting winger for me, because he seems to just kind of drift around a lot. And then as soon as he gets on the ball, he's very direct and he runs, and he does get stuck in despite being a smaller, more diminutive player. I think maybe Diouf was thinking that he could just kind of bully him, but actually he couldn't really get near him. So but in terms of the centre backs, Tadebo's really disappointing, because he clearly can be like a Van Dijk-esque player, and I know how mad that sounds. But I've seen certain instances in games where he just reads everything, positioning's all right, he can catch up, and he's got the pace to compensate and recover. He's got the strength to body players, but he just seems to lose his head a bit. And according to reports from the West Ham camp, he's been fined loads for being late, and that for me is always a sign. Like I go back to the United point again, lads. Like, I realise it's a United theme show, so I want to bring it back a little bit if I can, but I wonder if actually that's the core thing. It just seems like players who are late all the time, or they don't have the right attitude. I heard loads of rumours about Sancho when he was at United, because I know somebody from that camp, and it just seems to me like it's just the simple things that need to get managed more.
Basic professionalism, Alex, man.
Yeah.
So what happens sometimes when you get paid that much, you're like, what can you do to me? Like, find me then, It's difficult.
Right.
It's true.
Right.
It's difficult.
Are you going to rip my contract up?
Yeah, exactly. Pay me out. Pay me out.
Pay me out, please.
PSG are still in court with Mbappe over his thing. If you guys haven't been noticing,
No way.
Yep.
they're still in court over it.
I've got to run because I've got to wake up early tomorrow. I've got a 6 a.m.
All right.
wake up, so
Oh,
I need to head.
thanks for
Sweet.
joining us, man. Appreciate
God
it.
bless, lads.
West Ham will be fine this season, man.
Absolutely. Nuno will have you right. Okay. Goodbye.
Oh, Ron, not even a buy or nothing, no? Man, dashed out. Quick chat or live chat from Leon. Shout out to Leon for joining us. He's a Liverpool fan. Best I've seen Man U play this season, to be honest. High praise from Leon, actually. Interesting because we drew, but I thought we played better against Liverpool. I thought we played better against Liverpool when we beat them, by the way, at Anfield, by the way.
I agree.
But
Still.
Yep, I would agree with you actually. And I'm just looking back in that game, you guys were
Fantastic.
But yeah, you guys were solid in that game.
Yeah. I think
you guys always are against Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Entertainment style, as entertainment goes, probably the most entertaining game that I've watched for us. I mean, my heart was racing, but our best game, no.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. But if that is a genuine compliment, Leon thanks. But yeah, I'm not sure. You're gonna have to let us know. Dom, let's move it on. We spent a lot of time away from Arsenal. I apologize. Obviously, you're top of the league. You've just won. We were here, actually. You were with me. Oh, no, sorry. You weren't with me.
No.
I watched it with 6 Arsenal fans, actually, on the day against Wolves. We had the Legends League award show, the 6-a-side football league show, award show. It was a great night, actually. Thanks for everyone that participated and joined along. That's going to come out soon. But Dom, I'll let you take it away. Obviously, 2 own goals needed against Wolves. But you won the game, so yeah.
Listen, man. I think that's the most amount of goals that Wolves have scored in a while, man. 3 goals. 3 goals.
That was half of their already total scored.
Yeah. 3 goals, not bad, man.
Oh
Listen,
my god.
Poor Wolves.
Listen, but that game. Now looking back at it, you know, like when you used to play back in the day when you used to play FIFA, and you weren't any good at it. So like I'm talking like when you were 6 or 7 or something, and you're playing on like professional or something. And the game just started to letting you score goals. Starts letting you bounce off the keeper. That's exactly how that game felt for me. I was
still does that.
shit. Yes, exactly. It still does that. The scripture is still there.
Yeah.
I was shitting myself. Let me not lie to myself. When it was 1-0, this wasn't one of those. I don't know. Earlier on in the season, when we were grinding out these 1-0s, 2-1s, 2-0s, when we were up by a goal, even the commentators would be like, "Oh, Arsenal, they're 1 goal up, and we know what that means. Usually, at this stage, I didn't feel like that. Yeah. This is
2-0, yeah.
Like, okay, we've had a lot of injuries, and this is another thing that I know Adnan's going to be like Arteta and his rotation, which I can't really argue with. You know, now I'm starting to look at it, and I'm like, the management of fitness, the sharpness, it's just not good enough, man. It really isn't good enough, because how could we have such a season where we went to go buy all of these defenders, all of these wingers, an extra midfielder, and now we're still it's not even January yet, and now I'm thinking maybe we need to dip back into the transfer market. Does that make any sense?
You know what my point was on the injury situation? I've always said that Arteta isn't good at rotating his squad and giving minutes to players throughout the season, and then when he chucks them into the deep end, they're obviously not match fit, and then they pull up. And my biggest example of that is actually Ben White, because last season on the last live we did, I said to Tunjay, Ben White's coming from the cold. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets injured over the next couple of weeks. And not funny enough because someone's got injured, but he got injured in the next game. And I was correct in that point. That's why Arteta is obviously a good manager. Let's be real.
Of course.
I'm not going to cuss him. If he hasn't got many flaws, if we're being honest, but one of his flaws, I think, is his poor use of his squad management.
To be fair, like being an Arsenal fan, I'm always going to be defensive. But the more I read, when you made that statement the other day, I really had to think about it. And then I went back and I looked back at those other 2 seasons. And then I looked at the injuries and the time periods of when they're having them. And I said, yo, he might have a point here, you know. He might have a point here that he really doesn't rotate at the right time. He doesn't have them playing a League Cup game here and then a little 20, 15 minutes here at the end of the game, you know? So I also feel like, I don't know, it's a sticky one. And now I'm scared because Haaland is just inevitable as well, man. I'm not liking the position that we're in.
Yeah, we'll get to the title race very shortly, Dom. Just let's read out Tunjay's comment because he couldn't make the stream, unfortunately. Arsenal very poor against Wolves, but somehow we win the game with 2 own goals. Prem Champs DNA. Strong words. Dom, what do you think?
As I've said this, I've been saying this for I don't know how many years, probably 2 years now. Like we just need that winning DNA, and I've been praying for it, and like, which is why when we're hearing set piece FC, Harambe, all of that stuff, I'm wearing it as a badge of honor now, because a year ago we'd have drawn that one, possibly even lost it with what we're going on with. And it's these type of games that lose us. If we look last season or 2 seasons ago, we lost to Fulham twice, or we lost to Fulham and drew to Fulham.
Mhm.
These are games that you really should get 3 or 4 points out of the 6, you know. And if we had dropped that point, I feel like the morale would have dropped through the fucking floor, through the floor.
Why were you so poor, Dom? What happened, do you think? Because I thought, just from what I saw from the game, I missed the first 15 minutes, but after that, it was really stale, no real intensity.
Slow,
It was
podgy.
Yeah.
Odegaard doesn't play the ball fast enough. That's a whole nother podcast in itself. I've actually started to have
Odegaard's
enough
very
of it.
confusing to me. Very confusing.
Right.
As a fan watching and having been a coach, he is a player that whenever I watch him strictly as what his function amongst 11 people, I can understand why he's chosen. I get that part. But when it comes to needing to get a result out of having those 11 men on the field, I don't understand where he creates that kind of sense of urgency, that leadership, or any kind of killer instinct to create something upon creation itself. So, like,
you know what?
It's
Exactly.
confusing.
You know what? I started to realize there's a little bit of an over-reliance on Odegaard, because let me not lie. When we first started and when we had Odegaard, we've had him for like what 3-4 years now. The only good outlet that he really had was Saka, and now I see most of his balls. I say like 70% of his balls go straight to Saka. A lot of times, and we're going to talk. A lot of people will talk about Gyökeres and how he's not been doing well, but someone's going to make a compilation. I've already seen a compilation of like at least 4 or 5 times where he could have passed the ball to him straight running through the middle, and Gyökeres plays running onto the ball. We don't get many chances where we have a striker that's running onto something, because everybody plays low block against us anyway. So when I see stuff like that, I miss Ozil. That's all I'm going to say. I miss him. Because in this team, everybody else will work around him, you know? Arteta will just run for him.
I feel like Trossard seems to be the only one that can find Gyökeres on the run. He seems like the only one that understands.
Yeah, he's the only one.
Gyökeres,
and I mean, if given more time, I think he'd be able to.
Do you think, obviously you brought up the issue with Odegaard, and do you think that maybe it's time for Eze to get more of a run in the middle rather than Odegaard? I know he's your captain as well, but
I feel as if it's a sticky one as to who you start first. Yeah, let's say anybody outside of the top 8, fuck it, slap Odegaard in that team, man. Slap him. Even though like this Wolves team, let's just say that's a bad game, innit? But anybody outside of the top 10, top 8, let him play. Because that's still the majority. That's still the majority of the league, you know. But when you really want to get something out of it, you don't want to be shoehorning Eze in on the left, because I still feel like Martinelli or Trossard can easily play on the left better than Eze can, for the way that we play.
And Eze has cost you, I think, maybe 2 goals by playing on the left defensively.
Defensively.
Yeah.
Defensively. I think there was a game before that he wasn't tracking back properly, and it cost you a goal as well. Yeah. So also I was going to mention, so the Wolves game was weird because although you were in control, it was slow. You were 1-0 up, but then around the 83rd minute, I noticed Wolves started playing a bit of football. They were kind of camped in your half, which I thought was a bit strange. Why did you guys drop off so much? And then obviously they got the goal. And
I personally think that Arteta probably told them, hey, okay, now is the time we can grind this 1-0 out. Because normally we can grind that 1-0 out when we have Saliba, when we have Gabriel, even if we had Mosquera, if we had Nkappi. You know, like there's a lot of saying ifs. If you notice what I'm saying, it's a lot of ifs. If we had this player, if we had that player.
It makes sense, yeah.
So I feel as if Arteta is that type of person that probably at the end of every session, he probably says, cool, we're going to play 5-on-3. And the 3 defenders, 5, and just sits and camps. something that Atletico Madrid, what's his name? Simeone does. There's been like a lot of players say that's what he does. Every end of session, he's got 5 attackers against three defenders. Now, can we really continue to do that for the rest of the season? If Arteta really doesn't know how to rotate the players, and we keep getting defensive injuries, it could be very sticky because Haaland is inevitable. Not Man City, Haaland.
Correct.
He's on beast mode right now.
Unreal.
Hey,
You
Henry,
can't do anything about it, man.
Yeah, he's so good. I don't know, have you guys seen the interview with Alan Shearer and Gary Lineker?
He's
Haaland?
so hungry.
Yeah.
He's so hungry.
His mentality is completely different from what we've been used to seeing since the kind of generation's been growing up after Messi and Ronaldo. We're kind of coming back to having these players who have a complete open mind to how they want to play and how they want to be on the field, and it's coming to fruition in this system for Man City, and it's crazy.
Yeah, as obviously he plays for City, so I can't be as big of a fan of him as I would like. But as an individual player, such a great player. I wish he was playing for someone else. But yeah, a joy to watch, unfortunately, as much as I hate to say.
I don't think he'll be there probably another maybe 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with that. Surely he's heading to Madrid or Barca, maybe, or some. I don't know.
He couldn't.
Madrid?
He won't go Barca, man. He won't go
wouldn't go
Barca.
Barca.
He'll go Madrid, man.
Yeah, but then Mbappe's there as well. Like, can they fit both of them in the same team?
Wait, you got Mbappe and Haaland. You play 4-4-2. You play 4-4-2. You just play 4-4-2. It's calm, innit? Like, do what you like.
Yeah.
Just play
both play.
8-2-0.
Yeah, that's it.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
They'll score you the goals.
Yep. You bring Elise in for that left mid spot.
Don't. It's too greedy.
It's Real Madrid. It's Real Madrid.
It is. It's true. It's what they do.
Florentino loves greed. His favorite.
Yeah, it's true. True. Very true.
Henry, what did you watch the game? Arsenal games v Wolves.
I was not up early enough for that.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, what time is it now? Where you are?
Now,
Charlotte.
I couldn't tell you. I can look here. My clock is not going to show anything.
How many hours are you behind us?
It's only 6:30. I'm like 5 hours
that's
behind.
all right. That's all right. That's not bad.
So like your early kickoffs for you guys, it's like 7:30 in the morning for us.
Oh shit! Course.
Oh
yeah.
I was thinking.
So I'm up with a coffee and a beer, and it's a great start to my day. Great start to my day.
Well, it depends. Depends. If you're watching United, maybe not. But yeah, if you're watching someone else, it might be. Yeah. Carry on.
I
was going to say, what are your thoughts on Arsenal this season? Do you think, obviously, we've not heard your thoughts. Do you think is there time now, or?
I have a feeling that if there is ever a time, it's got to be this season. It has to be. Surely, with everybody, with everything happening below you guys currently, you have to. Mikel has to keep pumping this train. No matter who gets injured, no matter who comes in, his mantra has to be just high level the entire time. No game is too small.
Let me put it this way, yeah. It might sound a bit greedy, but I'd rather I'll take Champions League over Premier League, you know. If we could grab a Champions League somehow, fluke it. I don't care how it happens. Don't care. Give me 2 more own goals for the final. I'll take the 2 own goals in the final. I'll take it.
That is
get that.
That is.
I'll take it. I'll take it, man.
2 own goals in the final, bro. You're not going to be playing Wolves in the final, mate.
We could be playing United. That's what one own goal in the final.
We'll be there for that. We'll be there for that.
No comment.
We'll be there for the last 10 minutes of that game. But no, I think it's something where as long as you have to keep looking at City behind you, you have to, because as I said, it's starting to, at least for me from the outside looking in, it looks like it might be Pep's last season at City. It's what it's starting to feel like. And Haaland is making it apparent to everybody in the league that he's going to single-handedly win it for Pep one last time. And you just got to watch out for him. As you said, don't look out for Man City. Look out for Haaland. And you have to. Because he's going to be the one to win them the title if you guys slip up.
I
And
would
I
echo those thoughts as well. I think Haaland's made it his mission to win this league this season, to be honest. And even Foden's picked up form as well. He's starting to score a few goals.
yeah,
Foden's moving like Zizou, man. It's unreal. I don't
unreal.
understand him.
Yeah.
Shout
He's
out
always-
RSV7 straight from Detroit. He said Pep is definitely leaving on a high.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all agree with those thoughts, and obviously Dom hopefully hopes it doesn't happen. And
Boy.
RSV7 said there's no way Pep leaves without winning the league, and I think you're right, to be honest. Yeah, all the greats leave on the high, right? Fergie did.
Yep. I mean, I would also
did.
be surprised if it's a situation where it becomes Pep wins the Champions League with City again and doesn't win the league and Arsenal win it, but Pep still leads on a pseudo high, winning City their second Champions League. But
That's a good point. I never thought
that's a horrible situation for me and Admin to be sitting in. So fuck us.
Oh.
Well, Villa ain't too far away, you know. Villa ain't too far away. Just saying.
I hope we lose to them just to keep the title race alive. I'm lying. That's a bold-faced lie.
That's getting clipped up, my bro. That's getting clipped up. I'm joking. Just quickly, let's quickly discuss Arsenal's next fixture with Everton, Dom. They're at the new stadium, the Dickinson Hill Stadium.
Dickinson Stadium. How do I know it? Come on.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Hey man, for me, it will always be Goodison Park. Bro.
Always.
That's in my head. Always
one of my regrets
head.
is not being able to see Goodison Park, man. So that's okay.
Yeah, I've never seen it as well. Alex actually, who was on the channel on the live, has been there a couple of times actually.
Oh, cool.
Goodison Park, yeah.
Nice.
Dom, you've got Everton away on Saturday. I think that's going to be a tough game, right?
Moyes is back, bro.
Moyes is doing Moyes things.
And listen. Yeah. Moyes is one of those managers that Arsenal historically have never really done. They were always like, okay, fine. If we play 15 games, we might beat them maybe 9 times. But it's those 6 games where they'll. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I just hope Grealish has a bad day. We have to score first. We have to hope that Pickford has a bad day, and
that's possible.
I don't think you can really stop. I don't know.
I think let's say you played the same way you did against Wolves, then I think you've got.
We're getting packed. We're getting packed in. Packed in.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm talking about 2, maybe even 3-1 or something like that.
Yeah. All right.
But these are the games. These are the games that creates that Champions DNA, man.
Yeah.
If you can't, you gotta be able to go away to Everton and win. You have to.
We're gonna go to Everton. We're gonna score a corner in the first half and then sit back and we'll be calm.
Hopefully, you'll be playing for about 10 throw-ins throughout the game, mate.
Basically, man.
Let's move it away from Arsenal. Unless either of you got anything else to mention on Arsenal. Dom, obviously, you're still hoping they're title favourites, I'm sure.
Disgusting, but yeah.
We'll move on to City now, since we're getting a couple comments on City. Shout out RSV7. Also, just for the record, Pep Guardiola throughout his managerial career has never went back-to-back without winning the league since 2008 at Barca, Bayern, and Man City. That can't be true, because
say it again.
That can't be true, right? He's obviously gone back-to-back. Oh, without winning the league, sorry. Okay.
Without winning the league back-to-back.
Okay. He's never gone throughout his managerial career without winning the league went back-to-back without winning the league. So he's always won the league the season after.
Won the league.
Okay, right. Yeah.
If he hasn't won it, he's always won it the next season. Wow.
That's a stat.
That's very interesting, yeah.
That's nuts.
Also, not surprising now that you mentioned it.
No, not at all.
No.
Not at all.
But at the same time, he has bought the league in numerous different places.
Yeah. But the one time that he didn't buy the league, he had Messi. So
yeah.
Exactly.
RSV7 said he lost in 2011-12 to Prime Marino's Real Madrid, joined Bayern in 2013 and won 3 consecutive leagues. And at Man City, he lost in 2020 and 2025. So what RSV7 is saying, Pep's winning the league this season and retiring from City, or resigning from City.
Yeah. The bigger question on my mind is, where would he go? Does he hang it up, or does he go somewhere else?
International. Surely.
I feel like he's got a thing against Spain, though, maybe because of the Catalonia or Spain divide.
Yeah,
I think so.
Maybe
I think so.
England, if Tuchel doesn't work, maybe. I don't know. USA. What do you think about Poch, by the way, Henry?
This is a good question.
Yeah.
That's a fabulous question. I'm actually very happy you asked that. For the state of football here in the United States, I think it's a very good appointment. As far as he's already well known with the well-established fan base in the United States, so it already has a natural draw to the national team. But he also, in my eye, is a very good man manager and developer of talent. And we have a lot of really phenomenal athletes over here who have good talent, but they just don't have the soccer IQ, right? And he's hopefully able to come in and kind of help with guiding our federation to having a little bit better mindset when it comes to developing the youth and stuff like that for us. And that's the one reason that I'm really happy. I don't think he'll be too successful, especially at the World Cup. The eyes will be on us and it could be overwhelming. But I think that as far as what it's going to do to kind of elevate the sport over here in the States is fantastic as far as his appointment goes.
Do you think if he doesn't come out of his group, do you think he gets fired?
Oh, gone.
Okay, cool. That's all I wanted to know. Because that group isn't easy, man. That group is not easy.
Group. Not an easy group, 100%. And one of my worries is player selection is all. And that's been an issue with the United States for a long time because we have this whole, well, do we show preference towards our MLS players of quality over European players of quality because they don't know each other and blah, blah, blah. And I think with Pochettino, he's going to be able to kind of mesh both of those worlds together really well for us. So I'm hopeful that we're able to at least get out of the group. But if we don't, serious questions need to be asked. And that's the nature of the beast.
Internationally, you made a good point about his development of players and young players. I think he's definitely well renowned at that, and it's something he's done throughout his career. And he's probably one of the best pedigree managers internationally right now. I know there's quite a few: Nagelsmann, Tuchel, Ancelotti, but he's probably within that bracket of the top international managers right now.
Agreed. As far as availability goes, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I think about him, and I think of the likes of Tyler Adams at Bournemouth. Being able to work under somebody like Pochettino it makes me excited, right? So I'm looking forward to it.
Henry, hopefully we'll have plenty of discussions about the World Cup as the more we close to it now. We've got the remote session sorted. Just quickly, RSV7 said he made those previous comments about Pep because it's something Arsenal fans need to take into account. And I feel like, Dom, you already have that in the back.
Oh, yeah. For sure. I'm not scared of City. I'm scared of Haaland. That's it. It's the only one I'm scared of.
And
Pep.
I think you have to be fearful of Pep as well.
We're always going to be fearful of Pep, but
I feel that's a given.
When you talk
about City,
it's a given.
Yeah, it's a given. But you do remember that sometimes Pep does have this thing where he does still overthink. The only reason he won the Champions League, when he lost the Champions League to Chelsea, he was overthinking.
Didn't play
maybe now
he's in the final.
Yeah.
Now maybe he's gotten out of that. I still don't think so because sometimes I see him do some weird stuff.
Yeah.
You're like, why? We know you're a genius, bro.
Yeah, stop.
What are you doing?
Just stop. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
couple more of those.
Yeah. Just quickly finishing up on the City game, they won 3-0 against Palace. I didn't see the full game. I saw Haaland's and Foden's goals. Obviously, I guess we spoke enough on those two. Let's move on to the next Big Six team. Spurs lost 3-0 against Nottingham Forest. I think we lost Cher in the live chat a long time ago. He knew this conversation was coming up. I actually watched the game with him and his brother around their house. So let's just say there was a lot of profanity going around in the room at the time. There was a lot of... Cher is actually a massive fan of Kudus, and he was drilling Kudus, actually. And I said, I'm quite surprised because he's a really good player. He's their best player. I think Cher's point is he got the ball a lot, and then his end product was kind of poor. But then also the movement around him was shocking. Didn't really have much options in front of him or to the left of him, and he kind of trying to do it all himself, and he couldn't really. And I think they were definitely outplayed by Forest. What do you guys think about Spurs? They're a bit.
I think they deserve it.
Yeah.
They deserve it.
Yeah, I agree. After last season, they deserve it.
There's a reason they call it Spursy. There's a reason they call it Spursy, man. Simple as that.
Exactly. Simple. I don't know what the thought process was. You just won your club's maiden UEFA European trophy. Come on, and you're gonna sack this guy? I get it. He finished 17th. That's horrible, right? There's got to be some way that you got to help him keep shifting it in the right direction. Giving it to a Brentford boss who did well for 2 seasons with Brentford, and you're going to move him into Spurs and just fuck up that locker room like that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It was a big risk, but Henry, just the point of knowledge. Let's say we kept Ten Hag, we sacked Ten Hag, for example, after he won the FA Cup. I think we might have been okay with it. So I guess they were probably the same.
Different caliber of clubs we're talking about
Different
here.
category of cups. I would much rather lose the FA Cup than a European final.
Of course.
Personally.
Yeah.
Of course.
Personally. Granted, I
think if Ten Hag had won Europa League, you might have kept him.
We would have. We would have stuck with him till at least Christmas, whenever we were going to be in a relegation battle.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Who wins? The only person I can think of that wins a European trophy and gets sacked is what's his name? Di Matteo, if you guys remember him.
That's right. The
But
caretaker.
He got sacked a few months after, not immediately, but yeah.
Yeah, it was like
exactly. Even then, they gave him a chance.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. He fluked it, and they still gave him a chance.
Yeah.
So I don't know
how terrible. I mean, they played him. They wanted to use that 2 months to just string him along until they found somebody.
Yeah, that's sad.
It was out of order.
It's Roman. Yeah. What do you expect? It's Roman. Come on,
it's Roman.
Come on.
So Forest, they scored a banging outside of the boot right foot goal. I don't know if you've seen it. Brilliant finish.
Fire. Absolutely.
And also Vicario looked shaky again. He's letting quite a few long range goals this season. Hudson-Odoi crossed it in and ended up going over him. His positioning was poor. So
Vicario can't take crosses either, man.
Yeah,
can't claim crosses either. He's actually a weak link.
Definitely.
To go from Hugo Lloris to that.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, and that hurts. That hurts.
Pain.
Center backs. That's pain.
Yeah,
we've been through it. We were just through it for a year and a half.
God, let's not even talk about him, man. Flipping, no. Just quickly to mention, by the way, Lammers, I know he let in a free kick, but other than that, another solid game actually. We conceded 4.
The potential is very, very high for that man. Honestly,
it's nice someone doing the basics well in goal. Yeah,
I think his potential is high.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a bit more. I'd like to see him be a bit more vocal. That's my thing. He's. I like the cool calmness persona that he's been exuding since he signed for us. I love that. However, when it becomes game time, I'd like to see a little bit more dog in him.
Yeah, he's got to be a bit more commanding, own his
bit more commanding. Talk to the guys in front of you, because I think there could have been a time if he had a bit more of a voice and communicated once Delo cleared that ball for I think it was Tavernier's goal or Kluivert's goal. If he had talked to Aiden, said that he's got a man on his blind side, Aiden could have possibly shifted over in time if he's talking to him.
Good point.
And that's one of the things where he's 23, right? Yeah. You're coming into the bright lights under the Stretford end. I can imagine that you wouldn't be the first thing on your mind wouldn't be to sit there and start talking to your teammates and commanding everything because all the eyes are on you. But I think that'll come as Don said. It's going to be a learning process because he's 23.
For sure.
23. What do we expect? His peak will be at 29.
Yeah.
Right. So
agreed.
We'll see what we get out of him until then.
A lot more to come from them. Moving on, Chelsea won 2-0 against Everton. I didn't watch the game and can't really say much about it, to be honest. So.
Garnacho had a stinker, so I loved it.
What's that, sorry?
Yeah.
Garnacho had a stinker, so I loved it.
He missed the open goal, man.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah, bro. It was, okay, I wouldn't say it was as bad as Torres' one, but it was bad. Complete stinker. I couldn't believe he missed it.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch much of it. It's one of those things where I just kind of kept checking the score as I was doing stuff.
So definitely, Garnacho missing a stinker definitely makes me a bit happier. But yeah, Chelsea been one of the inconsistent sides as well. Liverpool back to winning ways. Salah got an assist as well. He came off the bench.
Yep.
Is there any point even mentioning it? I don't know. Do you guys want to talk about Liverpool? They won a game. So
I'll be honest with you, man. I hope that Liverpool do just well enough that slot stays there another season. That's all I'm hoping for.
Yeah,
I hope they get like a third, fourth, maybe a fifth. The thing is, I think if he gets a fifth and no cups, he might get sacked. So I'm hoping for fourth, maybe third, no cops. Okay, fine. Everybody needs to click, and then he flops again like next season.
I mean, have you guys
I-
known a Dutch manager to be a good man manager?
That's basically we've had this chat in the group chat quite a few times.
They've not got the greatest track record, to be honest.
I mean, you can think of probably the best one would have been Cruyff, probably.
Yeah.
Granted, but his first thing, whenever he did, he got rid of all the partiers when he came through to Barcelona.
Yeah.
Got rid of all of them, and at that time and that age, that was definitely different.
Of course,
and it probably caused a bit of a rift. But I think that a lot of the Dutch managers that we've seen come recently have had not the best record at keeping people happy. I mean, you look at the worst case scenario of Frank de Boer. Jeez, come on, right? And I think Slott's having that same issue. He's having that same issue going on with a lot of the players in his locker room right now.
Definitely, his management has definitely come into question, especially with their best player, Salah. Sorry, Dom.
Like when we talk about like different nations and how they speak, you'd always say, okay, like Germans are very direct, like what they say. You'd say the same thing with the Dutch. So what's the difference? Like, why is there
more abrasive?
I would feel because I actually watched a really fantastic docuseries about this kind of linguistic psychology. It's on YouTube. It's really good. But it's just the fact that a lot of Dutch people think that they don't care about care about your opinions, so you don't care about theirs.
They just tell you the truth.
So they just tell you the truth because you don't care.
Yeah.
You don't. I'm going to tell you anyway, but you don't care. So why does it matter?
Yeah.
And so they believe that everybody's like that. Whereas, I mean, I'll be honest, a lot of people in the States we get laughed at all the time because of how sensitive we are. Right?
Yeah.
And it's one of the things where the Dutch people are on the opposite side of that spectrum.
Yeah.
Right. And I think it's whereas the Germans have a little bit more respect for how you feel, whereas the Dutch think you don't care, so they're just going to say what they want to say. Yeah.
Right,
now that we got to this geopolitical conversation.
We could get onto a whole podcast on that as well. But there's still 7 of you in the live chat somehow. Thank you for watching us and joining us throughout. It's almost been an hour and a half. Honestly, one of my favorite Big Six breakdowns we've ever done. Big shout out to Henry for joining us for the first time ever.
Thank you guys.
Honestly, massive. Honestly, delighted to have you joining us. Hopefully, we can do this more regularly as well. And Dom as well. Thank you for joining us remote for the first time ever. Unless you guys have got any final words, we're gonna sign out. Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Henry, anything to say?
Great to meet you guys. This was awesome.
Yes, man. Definitely, man.
You too. Can't wait to whenever you come down to the UK. Make sure you shout us. Definitely get you to a game at Old Trafford or something. Get some food in, and I'm sure we're going to talk after this anyway. We'll get some more podcasts in. Thank you to everyone watching at home. Signing out. Peace out. United drew 4-4. Probably one of the games of the season. Me and Henry ain't too happy. Dom's happy. He's top of the league. They did need 2 own goals though. Thank you. Signing out. Peace out. Wait, you boys stay on one sec, yeah?